Hi, this is my pitch for the story Not So Black Magic, a high fantasy story set in a world called Lilidane, well, a kingdom called Lilidane. And Lilidane is governed primarily by a brotherhood of clerics, but they're specifically working under the authority of an emperor, and that emperor believes himself to be a deity, and he is only focused on law and order. He's forbidden anything to do with dark magic, and it doesn't matter that some people are born with lighter magic, some people are born with different types of elemental magic, but there are people who are born with an affinity to the darker arts. That doesn't necessarily make them bad. The magic in the story doesn't necessarily determine good or bad in the means of a character and who they are. And this emperor really tries to define people more about what they do rather than who they are. In order to ensure that the clerics have a proper army every generation, they take the most talented people of any age, and they raise them and train them in the Spire of Arcana. It's very grueling, and it's very difficult, and it's very political, and with even a rumor circulating that anyone has any sort of affinity to the dark magics, they are usually never seen again. The main character, Dalen Blackwater, is a young mage who is in hiding from the government, living in the outskirts of the city, in the more impoverished area of the kingdom. He is primarily a dark magic user. He tends to specialize in controlling shadow, or he can control sickness to a degree. The thing about it is, if you have an affinity to one specific magic and you try to use its opposite, like water and fire, if you try to use water magic when you're a fire magic user, then it's a real strain on your system and on your body. And Dalen, having grown up under the indoctrination of dark magic is bad, tries his best to make himself learn and adapt to a lighter magic. So he makes himself a healer for the impoverished people of the area. The only problem is a darker deity has taken notice of him and is throughout the book tempting him with more power and the opportunity to take down and change the government the way it is. And because Dalen's lost a lot of friends and family to the government, he's kind of tempted by that. The main conflict is very much so about Dalen's choice. Am I going to continue to hide, or am I going to step up and actually speak out against this injustice and try to bring a balance to the world? Because he strongly believes that magic is about balance, and that even balancing it more strongly towards the lighter side of the spectrum is dangerous, just as dangerous as focusing on dark things. So another character will come in and challenge him. And this character's very entitled, and he was raised very privileged, and he's the ideal light magic user. He's a paladin, and he's basically the star of the kingdom. Like, he is the star player, and these two get thrown together and stuck together in a way that they can't be apart. They have to work through this quest together, and they each challenge each other to think in new ways and to explore new ideas so that maybe they can come to a solution together. This story is very much still in progress, so that's a loose outline of what I'm working on, but those are also the very important points in the front of my mind. So the main conflict, I think, for Dalen is just going to be facing himself and the resentment he has built up to figure out whether or not he can do the right thing and even find out what the right thing is. So this got a little long, sorry, but thank you, and I hope you like it.